Guys, what's going on? Okay, so I have this really nice and powerful Fiendsmith Tearlament deck. This is actually one of the decks that I've been seeing a lot of people playing with, and this is not actually my own version. This deck is going to be one of the decks that I copy and borrow from the game. People are playing this engine, this combination a lot, and I like it too. I made some tweaks to it, not a lot of changes, just a few tweaks, and that's because we are dealing with the Exodia as well. So I'm gonna show you my version. I'm gonna show you what cards I'm running. So in case I am going against Exodia and their Dimension Shifter package, I can get rid of those cards on the field. Now, before we begin, I want to talk about a little bit about the Fiendsmith. So, who are the Fiendsmith? Based on the Devil May Cry video game series, and I'm not sure who exactly Fiendsmith Engraver represents, but I do know he represents one of the main characters in the Devil May Cry series. So yes, the Fiendsmith are based on the video game Devil May Cry, and we have a small package of the Fiendsmith engine. I'm pretty sure down the line in the future we will get more support. Now, why Konami decided to name them Fiendsmith, I don't know, but what I can tell you is that Konami doesn't like to get copyrights, so sometimes they'll change the name of a certain archetype that they come up with that are based on video games or story or something that is relatable to real life. They don't like to get copyright, so what they do is they do release cards that are based on those things, but they change the name. They don't always name them exactly like whatever it is that they basing the cards on. So yeah, that's something that Konami always does, so they don't get copyright. And Fiendsmith is one of the examples of why they do this. All right, guys, enough with the talk. Let's go right away into what we're here for, the deck profile. So this is the Tearlament Fiendsmith deck that I'm running right now, and I've been winning a lot of duels with it. I'm gonna show you also my history of how powerful this deck is. I have a really good history that I want to show you guys, and you guys going to see how powerful this deck is. If you're not playing against, especially now, this deck will struggle going against, like Exodia decks that are running the Shifter engine. But we have cards here that can help you destroy those cards that can counter the Dimension Shifter package. So we have Happy Feather Duster, Heavy Storm, and Lightning Storm in this deck, so we can get rid of those engines. In my history, I did not ran into one of those Shifter decks, so that was unfortunate. But not a lot of people like to run Shifter decks, so this is one of the reasons why the Tearlament is one of the most powerful decks engines that you can play in Master Duel. But we have the cards here that can counter Shifter decks, so it's up to you if you guys want to run more in this deck. But these are the three that I can recommend in this deck, and I've been playing with this deck. I've been winning a lot of duels with it. Unfortunately, like I said, I couldn't save a replay of playing against a Shifter deck, but if I do over the course of the weeks and the months, I will show you guys a gameplay going against them if I do playing with the Fiendsmith element. So let's begin the deck profile. That's enough yapping. So we're gonna start with Fable Luri. 2 Maxis, triple Ash Blossom, Tearlament Halfness of the Tearlament engine, 1 Fairy Tail Snow, 2 Tearlaments Shireen, triple Tearlament Rhinoheart, 1 Modora, 1 Flualos. Yes, Maxis back to, is limited to 2 now, but we have Flualos as a backup, and you can draw two cards if you happen to have the Maxi and the Flualos in your hand, and if your opponent doesn't have an answer for it, that's an automatic drawing 2 cards if your opponent doesn't pass for you to go on the second turn. 2 Fiendsmith Engraver. This is one of the main cards in the deck. Fiendsmith Engraver will give you access into the powerful fusion monsters that they have in the Fiendsmith engine. 1 Destrudo. Destrudo is here so you can special summon Baron. And also Link Summon as well. And also XC Summon as well, if it's possible. Okay, we're gonna be running the Kashtira engine here, a small package of the Kashtira engine. So 1 Kashtira Fenrir, 2 Unicorns, and the Tearlament Kashtira. For the spell, 1 Harpy Feather Duster, 1 Heavy Storm, Foolish Burial, Reinforcement of the Army, Foolish Burial Goods, Grass looks greener. It's up to you if you guys want to run it. I am running 40 cards, 45 cards, and sometimes this card can come handy to have an extra mills. So it's up to you if you guys want to run it. I like it. I've been winning duels with it, so it's up to you guys. Maybe you guys have a different strategy with this version that you can come up with. Maybe you remove this, put something else. But I love it. I love it. 1 Lightning Storm. You guys already know why. Triple Fiendsmith Tract. I seen people running a different version of this deck with the Tearlaments and the Fiendsmith, and they only running 1 copy. In my opinion, I think that's a mistake. You should run more copies. You always want to open up with the Fiendsmith engine, so you can get rid of cards like Ash, drawing Lockbird. You always want to bait your opponent with the Fiendsmith engine, and then you can go with the Tearlament engine, keep milling more cards, create a powerful board, going second. It's up to you guys if you guys want to remove it. If you think it's too much, you can have 2 copies, put something else in it. I like it like this. Like I said, I've been winning a lot of duels with this deck, and you guys are gonna see how I am running, how I play with this deck, and I'm gonna show you a small tutorial as well while playing the replay. So yeah, triple Fiendsmith Tract, and also this card will help you fusion summon as well. This card is a must. You always want to open up with 1 and have access to the Fiendsmith engine always. 1 Treasure Planet, 2 Tearlament Scream, 1 Birth, 2 Kobai, 1 Designator, triple Infinite Impermanence. It's up to you if you guys want to remove 1. Maybe you can place a drawer. I don't recommend drawer in this deck, but drawer is good this format, so it's up to you guys. Maybe you guys want to put a drawer in Lockbird, remove the impermanence. 1 Tearlament Meta Noise, 1 Crime, and 1 Sulik. 1 Tearlament Sulik. Okay guys, that's enough with the traps and the main deck. So now we're gonna move into the extra deck. 1 Tearlament Kikalos, 1 Fiendsmith Lacrima, 1 Tearlament's Rukalos, 1 Kaleido Heart, 1 Desiree, 1 Baron, 1 Peregrine Reaper. This card is a level 6 zombie. He states that this card gains attack and defense for every dark monster you have in the graveyard, in either graveyard. But the reason why this card is here is because of his main effect. You can detach 1 XC material from this card. Each player sends the top 5 cards from their deck to the graveyard. This is really good. he will give you access into the Tearlament engine, and he's a mill. The only drawback of this card is that you're going to mill cards from your opponent. You're not always gonna use this card. This card is only as a backup. Don't always go with this card. You have more powerful cards, like Beatrice here, for example. Always go for Beatrice first. This guy is gonna be a backup in case your opponent, gets rid of Beatrice. You can summon Reaper, start the Tearlament engine with it. Beatrice, you know what she does. She's here for mills. You can send any card to the graveyard with her. She's really powerful in this deck. And then it says here, oh no, this is for the Burning Abyss. The second effect is for the Burning Abyss deck. So we're not gonna be using any Burning Abyss cards here. So anyways, let's see. Yes, that's what she's here, to mail cards from your deck to the graveyard. 1 DDD High Caesar, 1 Fiendsmith Requiem, 1 IP Masquerina, 1 Little Knights, 1 Moon of the Closed Haven, 1 Fiendsmith Sequence, and finally 1 Apollousa. Alright guys, so this is my version of the Tearlament. Not so different from the ones you already seen on YouTube and probably the ones you play in Master Duel. Just the small changes like the Lightning Storm and the Heavy Storm and the Feather Duster. Trust me guys, you really need these cards here. You do want to get rid of those dimension shifters cards, and sometimes your opponent also play other different decks that they have insane floodgates on the field. Outside of talking about the dimension shifter package, yeah, you do want to get rid of those cards. Have easy access into your Fiendsmith and Tearlament engine with no problem. Alright guys, so this is my version of the Fiendsmith deck, Fiendsmith Tearlament deck, and I'm going to show you some really nice gameplays now that you guys are going to enjoy watching. Alright guys, stay tuned, let's watch those replays so you can learn how to play Fiendsmith Tearlament. Okay guys, so now we are here in the match history, and this is my match history right here, playing the Fiendsmith deck, the Fiendsmith Tearlament deck. And out of 5 duels, as you can see here, out of 5 duels, lost none. I didn't lost at all, not even once. These other plays that I have down here, they are different decks that I was playing with. These two and the ones below, they don't matter here. This is a different deck that I'm testing to see how it does, and then I will release it in the future. So you can see this is yesterday right here. This is March 3 and this is March 4. So these 5 duels that I have here are all Tearlaments, and they are going second and going first. Now we're gonna start all of them one by one. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 duels here that I want to show you, and they're going to be some of them are fast duels that I won, some of them are not, but it will show you how powerful the Fiendsmith Tearlament deck is. Now guys, we are in the new rank. They reset the ranks, and but I did play against really powerful decks. I'm gonna show it to you soon, right now actually. So we're gonna begin the replays. Again, all these right here are Tearlaments except for the ones at the bottom. These were plays that I did today, early this morning, so you can see right here. So let's begin quick. And here I was playing against a really nice and powerful what it seems to be a Fiendsmith Chimera Illusion deck. So if you guys like this deck, I guess you can go ahead and copy the deck. They run in the barrier statue, so your opponent can't special summon. It states that neither player can special summon monsters except dark monsters. Yeah, kind of a floodgate here. So if you guys like it, I guess you can go ahead and copy it. It's a really nice deck. It seems powerful. I won against it, and I think I went first, if I can recall well. But let's find out. Let's find out, guys. Okay, I went first. So I started here with a Luri, a Shrine, the Engraver, and the Tearlament, Crime, and a Kobai. So I let go through the Ash because of cards like Floalos. That's why I let it go through. I activated the Kobai and won the duel just like that. Really fast gameplay here. Now let's go into the second duel. And I was playing here against a what appears to be a Gadget Trio Shining Sarcophagus Fiendsmith deck. So if you guys like it, it looks okay, you know. He's running the Dimension Shifter here, one copy of it, not the full package. But he is running Dimension Shifter here. Let me show you guys so you guys can see it. Let's begin the play. I think this is a fast duel as well. Can't recall well, to be honest. But I believe I start first. Oh no, actually, I start second, actually. So here my opponent, I open up with Ash, the Strudo, Tearlament Kashtira, Foolish Good, and Grass Looks Greener. My opponent starts the Fiendsmith engine here. Summons Requiem. Activates Requiem to summon the Engraver, but before he does that, I Ash it. My opponent activates the Engraver to add the tracks. He summons here the Engraver. Summons the Strudo to go for the sequence. He activates the sequence, but unfortunately for him, he can't do much. No Fiendsmith Engraver in the graveyard. He goes for SP, and I believe he passes here. Yeah, you know, that Ash on the Requiem really hurt him a lot. So then I activated the Infinite Impermanence on the Little Knight. Started the Tearlament engine. Added the Kalaino Heart. My opponent here uses the Infinite Impermanence. But I have more plays here. I go for the Strudo. Then I go, I believe, for the Fiendsmith engine here. Then I summon the Requiem. From Requiem, I go Engraver. Then I activated the Kashtira Tearlament. Activated the Havness to start the Tearlament engine again. And my opponent gives up. Now let's move on into the third duel. and I was playing here against a powerful Gimme Puppet deck. But actually, I want to leave this one for last. I'm gonna show it, but I want to leave it for last, guys, because this deck, this duel was really interesting, and I was able to defeat it. So let's start here a different one, and I was going against a Yugioh deck here. So if you guys like the deck, go ahead and copy the deck. This is one of the decks that a lot of people are playing as well, the Yugioh deck. So if you guys like it, go ahead, copy it. It's a really powerful Yugioh deck. He is running the Barudas. Alright guys, let's begin the play. So, you know, these are decks that I recommend people to play. That's because they are the most powerful decks in the game right now. So, until Blue Eyes, because the new Blue Eyes deck is gonna be crazy, guys. So I open up here with Ash Blossom, Fairy Tale Snow, the Flualos, Grass, and Fiendsmith Tract. My opponent activates Engraver, and he passes here. I Ash the Engraver. I drew the Crossout, which is really good. Activated the Fiendsmith engine. My opponent draws. But this deck is really good with drawers, so we don't have to worry about them much. I activate here the start the Fiendsmith engine. Go for the Fiendsmith Engraver. Summon the Snow. Summon the Sequence. And then I went for Lacrima. Summon the Lacrima and summon the Engraver. Here I went with the Caesar. Activated the Grass. No Tearlaments. Activated the Caesar to negate the Yugioh. He tries here to imperm, and thank God I have Crossout. I cross out the imperm. Blow the Yugioh. The second effect of Yugioh will activate here, but then I negate it again with Caesar. Boom. Activate Lacrima to deal some damage. Boom. Boom. Really good play here. My opponent tries to Ball Drake the Snow, but then I chain it so he doesn't do it. And that's the end right here. It's my turn now. I go with the Fiendsmith engine again. Activated the Requiem to summon the Engraver. Activated the effect of both Requiem and Sequence. My opponent Ball Drake's here, but then I attack with the Caesar, summon Fenrir, and this is when my opponent gives up. Really nice. Really nice play, guys. Now, let's move on into, let's see, this is the one that I want to say for last, I think. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on into the next one. And this is going against a Diabellstar Snake Eyes deck with the Fiendsmith engine. A lot of people loving the Fiendsmith engine. So if you guys like this deck, go ahead, copy it. He's running the Deception of the Sinful Spoils here. Seeker. The Fiendsmith engine. Yep. Alright, let's begin the play, guys. I believe I go second here, if I can recall well. Yeah, I go second. So my opponent, for some reason, gives me the turn, going second. I guess he had a bad hand. Then I go ahead, I activate grass. Nothing happens. Added the Fiendsmith, the Castira. I started the Fiendsmith engine here. I open up with a really good hand, Kobai, and Happy Feather Duster. Went with the Requiem. Summon the Engraver. And then I summon the Sequence. My opponent Baylor's here, the Sequence. But I'm not done yet. So I summon the Engraver. And then I fusion summon with the spell card in the graveyard for Lacrima. Then with Lacrima, I try to grab the Engraver, but my opponent imperms here. I activated the Reino Heart, and he knows he ain't gonna win this duel, so I won right away. Alright guys, let's move on into the most interesting duel that I saved in my history, and this is going against a really powerful Give Me Puppet deck here. It's a really powerful deck. I kind of like this this photo here. I don't know, it's a funny photo, but yeah, it's a really nice art. But yeah, this is a Give Me Puppet deck here. So if you guys like it, I guess you can copy it. It's powerful. I almost lost this duel, but I can't recall well what I did to win the duel. But we're gonna find out. But this deck is powerful, 40 cards. So if you guys like it, I'm actually thinking of copying this deck and keep it, and maybe sometime in the future play with it. I really like Gimme Puppets. They are really powerful, especially going first. If you don't have anything that can stop the FTK, you're done. Actually, I'm gonna copy it right now and save it, and maybe in the future I'll probably release it if it doesn't get hit. It's not one of the most powerful decks in Master Duel. It's not, because if you have the answers for it, you can win against it. But if the FTK goes through, you're done. That's GG. Yep, let's begin the play and let's find out how I beat him. I think I remember now. I think I banished both copies of the Machinics right here. The Give Me Puppet Fantasy Machinic. I think with the Castira engine, I managed to banish both copies and more copies of the extra deck. That's why I was able to win against this Give Me Puppet. But let's find out, because I can't recall well. Let me make sure it is. Let's begin the play, and this is the last duel that I had against with the Fiendsmith Tearlament deck. So here I go first, which is good. I summon the Unicorn. My opponent tries here to Flawless. Then I realized it was a gimme puppet, and I banished the first copy of the Machinics. I send the Burial. Then I summon here the Fenrir. And I think I passed because I didn't want my opponent to draw more cards. Yeah, I passed. I knew I was gonna win if I get to banish the main cards of the gimme puppets. Then I activated again the effect of both Fenrir and the Unicorn. I banished the second copy of the Machinics, and my opponent starts playing here. He summons the Gimme Puppet Fantasix. He activates rank up. He summons the Gimme Puppet Little Soldiers. Increases the cards to A, so he can continue the rank 8s. He summons number 40 here. Gimme Puppets Puppet String. He activates here the effect of the rank up. He summons number C40. And then I banish 3 cards from my opponent's graveyard before he blows the field. Boom. He blows both Kashtiras. He activates Maxi here. Banish the Fenrir so I can bring him back later. My opponent here goes with the Gimme Puppet Chimera. He activates the Rogue's effect to add it back to the hand. He uses the ability of the Chimera to add the baby here, Terror Baby. He summons back the gimmick number C40. He summons here Gimme Puppet Machinics. He activates. Then I go ahead and he tries to blow the field again. My monsters. I added back the Tearlament Kastira. Here he goes with number 40. I activated Fairy Tale Snow so he doesn't try to ulticate here. But what I did here is I activated the Snow, but I didn't realize, I forgot that Gimme Puppet Little Soldiers protects the field of the Gimme Puppet, so any monsters I believe that tries to activate the effect doesn't go through. I believe that's what happened. That's why I couldn't flip face down the Gimme Puppet, the number 40. My opponent goes here with Gimme Puppet, Gigante Door. He tries to OTK, he tries to win here, but unfortunately he couldn't attack with the other cards. And he passes here with Gimme Puppet 40. You can see I almost lost the duel. I summoned the Fenrir, added the Unicorn, started the Fiendsmith engine here. I summoned the Fable Luri. Then I went with Close Heaven. Then I went with the Requiem. From Requiem I went with the Engraver so I can fusion summon. Got rid of one of the puppet monsters. He added back the Rogue. I banished the second copy of the Mechanics. My opponent, I here fusion summon for Kick Kalos to obviously go with the fusion of Rook Kalos. That way my opponent doesn't special summon anymore. Summon the Kastira Tearlament. Mail more cards. Here I go with the Fiendsmith sequence to fusion summon. Boom, Lacrima. With Lacrima, I summon the Engraver, so I can go for Caesar. I attack to get rid of the monsters he has. My opponent Perulia's here. Oh my god, so many hand traps, that's why he lost the duel. So now here, I go with Caesar. And then I believe I go with Espilitor Knight to banish one of the key cards he needs to keep playing. And I banish the Terror Baby so he doesn't add it back to the hand. My opponent here activates the effect of the Rogue. Obviously I will Caesar the Rogue. My opponent summons the Terror Baby. Sorry, the Scissors. I activated the effect of the Little Knight so I don't get punched. My opponent tries to play to keep playing here, but eventually he gives up. So if my opponent was smart, I mean, anyways, even if he summons the Caesar first, I would still, banish the Caesar along with the of the Espilitor Knight. It was a loose game for him anyways. But if he had a bigger monster in the hand, he could have just summoned it and kill Espilitor Knight, and I would have lost the duel. But it seems like he did not draw a monster powerful enough to deal enough damage to win the duel and also get rid of Espilitor Knight. Anyways, guys, this is alright, guys. So this is the Tearlament Fiendsmith deck that I have for you guys. I'm gonna show it to you one more time so you guys can see it. It's a really powerful deck. You saw how I won all these duels. I do recommend all three package of the Feather Duster, Heavy Storm, and Lightning Storm so you can get rid of Floodgates. Let me show it one more time so you guys can see it. And I'll see you guys on the next video, guys. Stay tuned for more deck profiles. Stay tuned for more news and live streams. Thank you guys a bunch. Thank you for the new subscribers, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.